Hello and welcome to Sew with Christine. Here is a step-by-step tutorial on how to attach an invisible zipper to your dress without an invisible zipper presser foot. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use your hand needle and thread to achieve this. Now you are going to lay out your fabric this way. That is where you want to face your invisible zipper on. And since this fabric does not have a right and wrong area, I'm just going to pick one side as the right part and label that area R. So I'll turn this now and label the side W, which is the wrong part of this fabric. So I'm going to go ahead now and mark 1 inch on this right side. So you're going to mark your zipper allowance on the right side of your fabric. From the top part now down to the base, I would mark 1 inch, and after marking down this zipper allowance, I'll go ahead and connect all the marked points together. Now once I'm done with this side, I'll come to the other side of the fabric and mark 1 inch from bottom to top. Then I will go ahead and connect this seam allowance. Now you're going to bring in your zipper this way. I'm using a contrasting color so you can see what I'm doing. And I've gone ahead to reduce the allowance at the top part of this zipper. Now that's optional, but I prefer to reduce mine so that it won't be too long. Now you would unzip the zipper this way and just follow the direction of my hand to see how I'm going to turn this zipper. You are going to assign one zipper leg to one part of the dress. Next, you're going to pick the zipper teeth and turn it this way so that the zipper teeth is resting on the same path as your seam allowance mark. I'll go ahead now and pin this down. I'll come to this side and turn the zipper outward this way again. Then watch where the zipper teeth is resting on. After that, I would pin that down. Now look at the shape of this zipper. Yours should be this way. If yours is not this way, you're going to have a problem. So this is what yours should look like before you proceed. Now I'm going to bring in my needle and thread so that we can stitch this up. Before that, I will use my pins to hold this area down. So we are going to be making a temporary stitch on the side, and once we are done with this side, we'll move to the other area. The stitch that we'll be using is the running stitches, the one you use for making gathers. So I'll go ahead and stitch just close to the edge of the zipper. This is not the main stitch we want to use for this zipper. The reason we are making use of this temporary stitch is to hold our zipper in place. So when we now begin to sew the real stitch we want for this, our zipper will not keep pulling off from the fabric. So this will just help us stabilize our zipper so that we won't have issues when we are stitching this up. Now guys, I am done stitching this side. Next, I would stitch this other area. As you can see, I've gone ahead to use my pins to hold them down before making the temporary stitches. So I will just stitch from top downward using my running stitches. So by the time we are done, we are going to lose out the running stitches. So guys, we're actually done with the temporary stitches. Now let's proceed to our main stitch. I'm going to pick this up and open the zip area, that's the teeth. So now we want to make our main stitches, and we are going to be doing this beneath the zipper teeth. You're going to open up the teeth this way so you can stitch beneath it. When you open up the teeth using one of your finger, you will see there is a path there that you should sew along, very close to the teeth but not on it. So that is where we are going to be stitching on. For this, I'm going to be making use of my back stitch. I'm going to take out my needle this way, then send it to the back. From there, I'll pass it into the fabric to the front part, then I would take it to the back again. So I'm going to do this till I get to the area where we marked. That is where we want our stitches to end. So you can see what the stitches here looks like. Once you close up the teeth, you would not see the stitching again unless you open it up. So guys, I have stitched this down to where I marked. Now I will just go ahead and secure my stitch. So far so good. we are done with the making of one part of the zipper. Now we'll proceed to completing the other side. For this area, I'm going to start at the bottom and I will do this till I get to the top part of the fabric. You can see the reason the temporary stitches is needed. Once you sew this way, you will not have issues because everything will be stable and easy for you. And guys, we are done stitching this up. Next, we are going to remove the temporary stitch. So just pull it like you want to gather this. Just pull the thread and cut it, and that is it. Cut for the first side and also for the second one as well. So you just be left with your main stitches. Now you see what it looks like. I'm going to zip this up so you can see the outcome. I used the red zipper for this dress, and as you can see, the fabric is a cream color fabric, but on the right side, you won't even see a trace of it. That is how to know you've done a very good job. Another way to know that you have done a very good job is that when you zip the zipper up, it doesn't get stuck. Now we are going to close this part up. All you need to do is just to sew. You can make use of your sewing machine for this side, or you can continue with your hand, whichever you want. So you're just going to stitch this up. Once you secure both seam allowance, you're going to stitch from that side down to the bottom. Once I get to the bottom, I would secure my stitches and cut the thread. Alright, this is it. We are finally done with the fixing of the zipper. You can see how smooth and neat this came out. And I can assure you that even as a beginner, you would not find this process difficult at all. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to be trying this method out, and let me hear the outcome of your work. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.